Okay, so welcome back guys. This time we're going to stay in Phi Phi Island. When we got back from Thailand, like the most amazing trip we've ever been on, we realised it was having lots of audio issues, video issues, things like this. So we decided we're going to do the audio and that like this on this video. So we got a taxi which was pre-arranged. We saw the rep on our first day and she put everything in a WhatsApp message, sent it to us so we could look back on it. So we got a taxi which was about an hour and a half, picked us up from the hotel, dropped us off at the harbour, which you can see now, and then you make your way through. The harbour's massive, there's loads of different boats going from there, make your way all the way through to our stop. Once we get past the Thailand videos, we've done a few other trips, but it's so difficult trying to edit these Thailand videos because of the issues we've had. So the video and the audio that we're talking on now is brand new camera and audio and everything, so we shouldn't run into these problems anymore. So from there we went on the ferry. It was about 3 hours long.
It didn't feel like 3 hours though, to be fair.
No, inside the ferry wasn't the best, so we went up on the deck and we pretty much stood there the whole time. And this is us just arriving at Phi Phi Island.
Yeah.
What I wasn't expecting was quite so many people. There was 2 of these ferries turned up. And to be honest, a few people before we went spoke about Phi Phi Island and were saying they had an awful time there, or they cut the holiday short and went on to the next stop instead of staying there. But that was not what we experienced, was it? At our hotel then, okay?
No. I think if we'd have stayed around the area where you get off the boat, I think it would have been a very different experience, because it was like a very busy place.
As you can see, it's absolutely packed. So our instructions on the text message that we got at the beginning of our stay was walk to the end of the pier and then walk down it. There'll be loads of people. There were signs and things, and look for your hotel, show them the booking slip, and there you go. What we wasn't told was at this point you have to pay, don't you? I can't remember how much it was now. It wasn't a lot, but you had to go rummaging through your bags, find some money and pay just to go on the island. And it's just to keep everything clean and things. It's that kind of
like a maintenance
fee. Kind of a payment. So this is the bit we've got past the payment now, walking down the pier, and you'll see people with all different signs for all the different hotels. It is a bit of a party island at this main bit, but that's not where we stayed. There was no partying for us, was there?
No. It's not what we wanted, to be honest, at this point. We'd had a few nights of party in Patong. We were ready just to chill out a little bit, to be fair.
Yeah. To be honest, it's quite sad to leave Patong. It was brilliant money. I know there was a bit of issue at the beginning where they double booked us and they put us in a different hotel, but that hotel was amazing. But actually, when they brought us back to the hotel we were supposed to be in, after a couple of days, I was ready to leave that hotel. I had had enough of that hotel. It wasn't, compared to what we had stayed in, we was kind of spoiled at the beginning, I guess. So we're looking here for the name of our hotel,
which is Phi Phi Chalets, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we were like,
Yeah, at this.
Can't see any signs for the. Well, you think you see it, and then they've all got Phi Phi. Well, a lot of them have got Phi Phi at the front of them.
Yeah.
As you can see.
We got all the way to the end. It was like, so then we were stood in this massive crowd, and when you turn around, there's so many people coming, you can't really walk back on yourself to see if you missed it. So we did try our best to walk steady and have a look at all the signs.
Yeah, because you get swept along in the flow of people.
Yeah. So we just stepped to the side and thought, what do we do now?
So we walked down the pier as instructed to find a sign that says our hotel, and I found the sign. Here. Which means they're not here. But our rep did say he'd meet us here at 4:30, and we are early. So, but one of the other guys has rang him up, he's coming. But it is bacon.
Yeah, so as you can see, there was a bit of a mix-up, but one of the other guys, like I said, found him up, and here he comes. He was actually around, they were just getting stuff, the boxes on the front of the boat. I don't know what they're full of, but he was getting stuff from the shop. Because when we get to our hotel, which you can see in a second, it's pretty remote. So there it is.
In the middle of the jungle.
And it is really remote from anything, which was kind of nice for a couple of nights, wasn't it?
Were we on the south? Was that on the south of the island?
Not sure. So this is us coming up to it. To be honest, could have done a 3-night stay here, because your first night you'd spend the day travelling, and then the next day we did a load of island hopping around Phi Phi Islands. You'll see that later on in the video. And then the day after, at dinner time, you leave again. So even though we were there 2 nights, it was pretty quick. And we did get to relax a little bit in the pool. But we could have done with, I think we could have done with just another day. You wouldn't have wanted to stay here too long though, there's literally nothing here.
Yeah, you'd have to keep getting a boat back up.
Yeah. I mean, everyone was lovely, they carried all your luggage. It was an absolutely amazing place to stay.
Hello.
Very welcoming. Everyone in Thailand is so nice.
I was deciding here because no one's wearing shoes, so I ended up taking my shoes off like everybody else.
non-alcohol.
Okay. Thank you.
I was greeted with some drinks, which was, I needed a drink at that point. Look at this guy, look, just lugging this case up. I did offer to carry my own case. I don't like people doing stuff for me. I feel a bit weird about it, but there wasn't really any choice, was there?
No.
Basically just took it off you.
Our little chalet was right at the top as well, so there was a lot of stairs to climb.
There we are, 9:05. You can see a bit here that my camera I normally use doesn't like being inside. Won't be a problem in the future, but look at that view, straight opposite the bed. Aircon was amazing,
Yeah,
as it is everywhere, and you properly need it. Massive bed.
it's
It
was lovely. I don't think the video does it
No.
justice actually.
Not at all.
It was really, really nice.
I think this camera would have done it more justice, but everything was just amazing about it. That the view, that's all you needed. Could have just sat there for hours.
We did have a bit of a funny story though from one of the nights that we stayed here.
Yeah, we'll get on to that. So you can see there's loads of stuff in the fridge. Some of it was free, some of it you had to pay for, but it was so cheap.
Yeah.
You just had what you wanted. The bathroom was awesome as well. Total wet room.
Mm-hmm.
We did find a cockroach, but you are in the jungle, and
It was dead.
yeah, and you've also found something else later on in the room. But look at that room. So during the night, do you want to tell them about that?
Yeah, I woke up and needed the loo, and I was like, there's something on the floor. I thought it was a shoelace, and I thought, why would a shoelace just be on the floor? So I was staring at it in the dark, and it started moving. I knew it was a snake. So I woke Robbie up. I was like, there's a snake on the floor, and he was like, no.
I wasn't quite with it, so
I was like, there's a snake.
got no footage, but I did turn the light on, and it was a snake, and it went off.
Yeah.
So here we are
In the restaurant.
having a meal, and here's what we ate. It was absolutely fantastic. And the next day we paid for an island tour, so we got picked up in the morning.
Oh, this is a bit of phone footage, this. So that's why it's a bit.
We get picked up first thing in the morning, and that includes like a dinner that we had on the boat and a private boat as well all day. So
One of the long boats it was.
this is what we woke up to. Amazing. So we walked away down, we had breakfast, and then they said, oh, your lift's here. Wasn't quite expecting the lift that we got, but yeah,
Here it is.
they just bundled us onto this like sidecar motorbike thing.
Yeah, makeshift. Looks like they've just made it themselves.
and off we went around the island, which was awesome. Really, I really enjoyed this bit.
What, this motorbike?
Yeah,
ride?
it was just cool because you got to see like a different part of the island. Now we was told there's a restaurant if down this road we could walk to it. It's the only restaurant around, but when we went past it on a bike, it's literally like a little shack. So I was kind of glad we didn't go. But there wasn't a load of choice at our hotel. If you were staying there for like 10 nights, you're going to start eating the same stuff, aren't you? The food was lovely, don't get me wrong, but you know, there wasn't a lot of choice.
And the staff were really nice as well. They were really, like, I don't know, like so thankful all the time.
Yeah, they were. Just our in Thailand, everyone's amazing. So yeah, we're getting taken to the boat. We paid at our hotel for this trip. I can't remember how much it was. It wasn't the cheapest of trips, but it said like it was a full day. It finished at like 2:30, and to be fair,
I think we set off at 7:30 then.
Yeah, it was.
This is really early in the morning. This.
We did go early, so we kind of had enough by 2:30. And I mean, the guy, you can stay on the beach as long as you want. You're in charge. So this is our little boat captain. He's got a couple of dragons on there. Look, Toothless. New movie coming out. Shame we're not sponsored by him, innit?
How to Train Your Dragon by DreamWorks.
Yeah, could have bought a camera with it. So just look at this on the way to an island next to Phi Phi Island. It's got like 3 or 4 different stops on. Can't remember the name of all of them, to be honest. I remember a couple of them. But yeah, this, just how many times do you do this first thing in the morning?
It doesn't look that sunny on this video actually, but it was.
But it was early, yeah. There's no point of time as well where it was cold or anything like that. So sometimes it does look a bit
Overcast.
Yeah, a bit misty, but it was like summer every moment we were there. So here's some stock drone footage. It's not our own. And this is our first stop. So we've left Phi Phi Island now, and this is Viking Cave. We just went past it, and he slowed down so you could have a look.
You can't go up to it. It's protected.
And all the time we was heading towards, one of the highlights for me was I wanted to go to Maya Bay, which is where they filmed the beach. So that's on this island, and you had to pay to go in that. I think it was like 400 baht, because it's only just reopened because too many people were going, and basically humans just destroyed it. It looked an absolute mess, so they banned anybody from going, and nature's put it back to what it was. And now no boats are allowed in the up to the beach at all. You can go, the boats do dock at the back of the bay where you can go swimming, but there's no swimming off the beach or anything, and they're pretty strict about it, aren't they? And they've also put in a walkway, so on the way to Maya Bay you're walking on this raised walkway rather than on the floor.
Yeah. You'll see that one.
So this is the first little, I can't remember what this little cove's called, but we go in here. It looked amazing. This is what it looks like further on. And you just anchored up and we had a bit of a swim. So this is our first snorkeling we did at all, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah. The water's so clear.
Maya Bay as well, I don't think I've ever walked on sand that felt like that ever. It was literally like walking on a big beach full of talcum powder. It was just amazing. The only thing that made it less amazing was people, even though they put all these things in place, people like some guy come barging past you, didn't he?
Some other people walking, not on the path, just walking wherever they wanted.
Yeah, some Russian guy. I mean, there's probably lovely Russian people as well, but they're just like barging past and going off the path and things, which that's the reason they closed it. The only reason you're allowed there now is because it sorted itself out. So it's just people. There's always problem with people. And when we went round the corner to Maya Bay, where you dock, if you like, basically just ram into this pontoon. You got to jump off the front of the boat onto this floating pontoon. It's rammed, wasn't it? There was just so many people there, so we didn't stay too long there because we kind of wanted to. Don't like it when there's just hundreds of people. Like when we was on James Bond Island, it was on the first video, it was absolutely rammed, and we just ended up sitting there. We actually ended up watching these Indian people, and the rocket, they was going like this, and they was having a picture taken by the tour guide, so the rock was like in between the hands, and it was really funny because they were like this, and they wasn't smiling at all. Like they're super smiley when they wasn't on film. When they was on film, they was just like all serious, and then she'd be like, look at the camera, and then they'd just go like this with their eyes, and just look at the camera like that. So we were like laughing, I think they caught us. But yeah, it was really fun. There was
every single person had the same photo taken.
Yeah, and they was also serious about it in the
Yeah,
photos.
took it really serious.
And then as soon as there wasn't being filmed, they was all happy and smiley. Like we work with a lot of people from India, and they're all happy and smiley, aren't they? If we told them that story, they'd love it. So we had a bit of a snorkel.
Oh yeah, here we are. Here I'm getting off onto the pontoon of Maya Bay.
And then there's this walkway all the way there. It's not like in the film where they go like onto this island, they're going through the jungle for ages. It's not like that at all. There's not many points of this island where you can just walk around because it's also steep. The anticipation here, I was like, oh, I'm going to see it finally. Just that view walking around this corner was amazing, really. You can just see it poking out there. I think I do get on camera that person who's just stood in the bushes in a minute.
Stood in the bushes?
Yeah, where she wasn't on the walkway, she just stood there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but yeah. That view.
On the beach.
It also looks on the film like we can't get to it by boat, but you can. No, I'm not sure if we did. Yeah, maybe we cut it out. And there it is, just again, seeing it in real life, or maybe even with this camera, would have been so much better. GoPro's not really made for that. So this is the bay, that's the beach. We do dock further over in the bay and we have a bit of a swim. We go around the island, we come back into the bay, as you can see there on the right, you just dock there. But yeah, this beach was amazing. But there's no swimming allowed, you could go in the water. But the feel of that sand is, I've never walked on sand like it in my life. And there's obviously the picture that everybody wants. We have got that picture as well, and we've got AI to take out everyone around us. And it looks like we've got it to ourselves. So that's what everyone wants. There's so many posing people as well. So this is coming round into the bay. So right in front, where you can see that bit of green and a bit of a beach. That's
where we've just been stood.
That is the beach, and boats can only go to this bit, and you can have a bit of a swim. It was kind of murky on this camera, but it's not. I was following this fish for a bit, and I don't know what it was, but it had teeth.
It's really silver.
Yeah. And Maya Bay is quite popular for sharks as well, so I was keeping my eye out for see if I could film a shark, but wasn't lucky enough. You see the coral there, though, it's just had so much traffic over it, hasn't it? It is a shame. So our next stop was Monkey Beach, which was awesome. We stayed here a little while, didn't we?
Yeah, when we pulled up to it on the boat, I was like, oh, that's Monkey Beach. And he was like, how do you know? I was like, because there's monkeys. This was beautiful sand as well.
And obviously, it's we was taking the mick out of some people here, actually, not in a bad way, though. There was some super posers, weren't there, doing all these provocative poses. It's like a film shoot, so I was telling Victoria there to stand and pop your chest out, do it here, do it this way, do it that way. But obviously it's Monkey Beach because of this. I have seen quite a few videos since we come back of the monkeys attacking people, and then in the comments people are kicking off saying something should be done about these monkeys. Well, it's called Monkey Beach for a reason. It's their beach.
And people are idiots. People go too close to them, and they have babies and stuff, so obviously they're going to protect themselves and protect the young.
Like, you're a guest on this beach. Even a couple of them was looking at us, weren't they?
Yeah.
So at this moment here, I'm nowhere near the camera. I just left it on the floor to see if I can get a monkey to walk past it. And also people with food probably trying feeding them. Like, it's a bad idea to be walking around with food.
Yeah, these little baby ones are having a good play, a good wrestle.
Well, I do believe that guy sat in the back is like kind of like security almost. There is people there to make sure you stick by the rules, no littering and things. There is signs all over. This is one of my favourite beaches. So out of our window, if you look to the left, there's an island. It's called Bamboo Island, and it was just absolute paradise. It was red hot at this point, and just round the corner, so it got a bit choppy. That's where we docked, and we had dinner there, and it was amazing when it's surrounded by that blue water, just having dinner. And it was quite funny because our guy, obviously, while we was having dinner, he took a break, and he was sat there on his phone going through reels like you do at work, and he was just laughing to himself on it. And I thought, it's surrounded by like I watch reels like this at work. I'm like, oh my god, I wish I was there. And he's
15-minute break.
Yeah, he's like surrounded by it, and he's just watching reels, laughing to himself. So it was funny to see even a guy who lives on this island
in paradise.
Yeah, we all do the same, don't we? Like the smartphones have literally taken over. But this was like no beach I've ever seen. Like, and there was I remember. I forgot about this. There's a chicken on it as well. So we obviously went over to see that.
You can see where he's been scratching around. Look.
I have actually seen footage before. If you walk round, there's a bit of a walk. You can go through the island, and it's massive bamboo trees. That's why it's called that. So, but we didn't go to see that. That's Phi Phi Island was there. We spent the rest of the day by the pool, didn't we? Which was really nice, relaxing, and there was like eagles flying around. And then the next morning, that's all we did. We had a couple of hours down by the pool again, and then we was picked up and we was taken back to where the ferry dropped us off, and we got on another ferry that took us to our next stop, which was in Krabi, wasn't it? So
you weren't looking forward to Krabi, were you?
No, I wasn't looking no Krabi. I was actually looking forward to. The hotel looked amazing on the
itinerary, on the reviews.
Yeah, well, on the pictures I had looked, but when I got there I wasn't that impressed with it, but then it kind of did grow on me, and I did enjoy Krabi a lot. So we did Patong for 5 nights. We just had 2 nights on PP. Are you coming to say hello, Luna? Luna, you coming up?
Yes, she is. A little raccoon.
If you did like the video, give it a like, put a comment, hit subscribe.
Oh, you got him by the neck.
And if you don't like cockapoos, don't subscribe, because we don't want you on here, do we, Luna? No.
She's not a cockapoo, she's a raccoon, aren't you?
She's a raccoon. Say bye, Luna. Bye.